Damn, there's so much more thing, no, so many more steps to do on this thing. Usually, I have to sit and wait for Chris to do all this.
Yeah.
There we are. We're live.
Nice. What is going on?
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to put it in the chats in the YouTube chat room, the phone number.
Oh yeah. We cool. We can. We can.
Oh
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that way you could copy the whatever codes you need.
Well, no, I was gonna say my phone number, or either way, really.
Yeah.
I was gonna say just my landline.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. No, that's better. Yeah, put in Jaden's contact info.
What up, Bruin Backhand? What up, Monkey's uncle? How'd it do? What'd it do?
I get a ton of shit for having a landline.
Why? I think that having a landline's a smart investment. That's right. I said investment.
You have a landline too?
No, but I should have one.
Okay. That's where the conversation always goes south.
I had one up until a few years ago.
Have y'all ever seen One Night at McCool's?
No.
It's on my to
Heard of
watch
it?
list.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's one of my fucking absolute favorite movies ever. He goes, basically Michael Douglas, who's awesome, is he's a hitman,
Uh-huh.
and Matt Dillon. It's not gonna spoil it, but Matt Dillon's gonna hire him to.
Fuck his wife.
I don't. That's not what hitmen do. I think you might be
Kill
mistaken.
and then fuck his dead wife.
I think the fucking part is
It's a no
optional,
go. Oh, okay.
but I think he just hires him to kill his
Somebody.
girlfriend. And the
Okay.
guy goes, Matt Dillon gives him the money, and he says, and he Michael Douglas just throws the money. You know, it's like 25,000 or whatever it is, and he just takes the bag and throws it on the seat. And Matt Dillon's like, "You're not gonna count it?" And he goes, "No." And he goes, "Is it because you trust me?" And he goes, "No, but I do kill people." And then he just takes off.
Hey, speaking of dumping out money, that's one of those movie tropes that Ace always talks about. One I want to live out is just walking into like a lawyer's office or into the police department and just empty out a duffel bag on top of the desk and point at my crew and be like, "Set them free, bitch."
Yeah.
Yeah,
What, emptying out stacks of cash?
yeah. Just like dumping out like a duffel bag, just turning it over and dumping it down. Like, yeah, let's go, free my people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A good bucket list item.
yeah.
I have this I have numerous bucket list items. There's obviously aces diving into a body of water with a knife clenched between your teeth.
Right.
Um I that is one of them. I'm actually more I kind of want to do the one where you're diving into water, but there's barrels of an extremely flammable liquid blowing up behind me, and the firelight comes out. And if we can have a camera crew that's like below me with the shots shooting upward, where you get the fire in the background.
Yeah.
Does anybody ever ask where do they find like okay, like the scene in Heat where the shootout downtown?
Yeah.
How the fuck do they do, like? Is it just a ton of money and you can shut down businesses?
Oh,
'Cause
for
that was
sure. And they
brilliant.
did it at nighttime, right?
No, in Heat.
In the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Oh, in the
No, that was
afternoon.
in the daytime. That's
Yeah.
what
Oh,
I'm
shoot.
saying. You're like in. I guess they were in L.A. I don't know. You never know really, but
Yeah.
they would have to be because there's no way you're shutting down Times Square or something like that. Like if you needed a shootout in Times Square, how do you even do that during the daytime? That's what I'm saying. You got to like the script probably I would imagine changes based on what is plausible and not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why not all movies are coming over here and shutting down big chunks of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been writing a screenplay for like 8 years. It's just slowly just getting pieced together. That shit is hard. It's really hard, and I finally found two people that can play the main role.
Hell
I
yeah.
wanted to ask Luis and Shailene, but it's just they live so far. I'm writing a movie, Rob, and
Oh,
I've
eh,
been writing it for 8 years, and I wanted Luis and Shailene to maybe
dude.
be in it. I've never met
Yeah.
her, obviously. She seems cool, and they're super in love.
Oh, yeah. She's a sweetheart, and yeah, she's an
Dope.
actress.
Yeah, she seems like yeah. That's the thing is I didn't know anybody. Well, I still don't know any actresses, that are a couple actors and actresses that are a couple. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, and they can probably do it like on camera, you know, because
Yeah, I
they're a
mean that
real
would be a
couple.
different movie,
Right.
but the fact that they, they're
Yeah,
together
yeah,
in town, it's kind of hard to work that out. But I found my friend and his girlfriend are theoretically going to play the lead roles.
dude, that'd be awesome. And that really would be cool.
Yeah, I've been working on it for like 8 years. There's a lot of math involved. I'll
Hmm. Hmm.
explain it more later. Well, I guess this is the time to explain. That wasn't the point. We can talk about that later if y'all want. But the point was, you can write a movie, like you can write any type of movie you want. Good
Yeah,
luck getting it made if it's too like fantastical. Like I could write an epic Star Wars. I mean, it'd be a pain in the ass, but I could write this script that has 300 cast members with and extras in like a movie, in like an arena or like a football stadium with an epic, dogfight shootout, but you can't you can only do those movies if you've made other low budget movies first. And that's why I'm starting out. So that's going to be my next thing after I'm done with music. I'll probably always podcast, but after I'm done with music, because there's only a finite amount of music that one person can write before it starts becoming shit. I don't know if you feel that way, but aside from ACDC
yeah.
or bands, I can't even think of that many, but eventually your music is going to be shit, I
Hmm.
think. Especially if it's one person writing it. I don't know how you feel about that, but
I'll take a deep dive and see. I'll look through a few, artists that have made multiple bodies of work just by themselves. There's a few of them that I think that were, made an impact.
yeah, well, what I'm saying is it's not going to get better
No,
as
I
you get
gotcha.
older. If anything, it just doesn't suck that hard. But also with a band like ACDC, even though they're one of my favorite bands, I wouldn't describe them as super versatile. Like they just do this, an ACDC riff, it's going to be that poof, tat, poof, tat. It's going to be that same ACDC bit, but we love it and we will
Yeah.
always love it. But it's not, versatility is not, I wouldn't say their strong suit. I don't know.
No, but I hear what you're saying as far as,
Yeah.
well, I mean, some people are okay with that. It's just like, I want to hear them for what they bring to the table. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Richie would agree. Oh, by the way, Richie, I'm sorry I accidentally blew Richie's cover. Or maybe y'all didn't catch it and I just blew it again.
Oh, you blew it for sure. But right on, Richie.
I don't know that he was trying to remain anonymous, but
And he's been on the show, right? Yeah.
Early on, right? I remember him being on early on in the show's run, I think.
I think so. Yeah. Richie Rose.
yeah, I just got an I just got a warning that said this is being recorded. Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
see something?
Yeah.
No, it's just the Zoom program. It just gives a prompt to all participants that, audio is being recorded.
Oh, okay, well it did both. Or I mean it gave it to me twice.
It likes you that much, bro.
Oh, okay, well, they're just letting me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I accidentally blew Richie Rose's cover. I don't like I said, I don't know if he was trying to remain anonymous or what, but he he's not anymore.
It
But
happens. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
anyway, I think that he would probably agree that I bet he would probably agree that he would agree with me, okay? Because we're tight like that. I don't think there's a lot of people, especially if you're the one guy writing, if you're one guy writing all the songs, there's only so many good songs in you. And I think my
Yeah.
number is 3. So I'm doing my third original album right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm recording it. He actually Richie did the drums on one of the songs.
Oh yeah.
Maybe two. I don't know. I recorded a fucking um, cover album too, and it just got like a bunch of the files got lost or something, and so me and Richie went to this studio, recorded all these drums, and like a lot of them just got fucked up or something, and the files got mixed up. I don't know what happened. My computer got a virus or something,
That
so
blows,
we
man.
lost a lot of it. But we kept a few of them I was able to salvage his part, and I had to redo a bunch of my own, but his got saved. But the what I was saying. Oh, he's saying that they need more gain on my mic. How do I sound to y'all?
You sound fine.
To me, you sound fine, but
If anything, Robbie is the one that's coming in hot, hotter
Okay.
than normal, than usual.
Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Here, I'll just turn mine up a little bit.
There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're more on the level.
It's not clipping though or anything.
No.
Okay. Okay, well maybe okay, I don't know how that works.
What?
Hey, Monkey's uncle, we still don't know who that is, or I don't. But let me know if that's better. And by the way, I appreciate him saying that.
Yeah, right
Because
on.
there's a lot of stuff that we're hearing that they're not. Okay, well now he's saying to turn down Robbie.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I can stay here.
Just so Monkey's uncles knows, because he's asking who's running the sound. Nobody is really running the software.
We're in.
The sound.
I mean, we're all in charge of our each individual's gain, but
yeah, but it's not. It's
like you said, the computer, the program is taking care of everything else.
Yeah, and see, this was my because I was originally wondering how. So the way that I had it before, well, let me just finish my point. I'm all over the place. I'm kind of high. I hit my vape. What I was saying is I plan on moving to.
Oh, to where?
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought you were going to play a sound effect or something.
No, man, I didn't have anything at the ready.
What I was saying was, all I was saying earlier is that I plan on moving on to movies after I'm done with music, because I'm going to be done with music after this.
Okay.
My third album, but what I was saying though is like, I've been writing this movie and for like 8 years just trying to work out everything, figure out how many to make a movie. It's a lot harder than you think. You gotta the script has to be plausible, where you're not having any downtown daylight shooting scenes. Okay, it's just not happening. You're not going to space. You're not fighting dragons. You have to keep the cast minimal. There's all of these sort of limitations that you need to consider to actually do it, and that's what's kind of taken so long. So you need to say, I got to have a movie that I can do on a budget, like a serious budget, or unserious, depending how you look at it. I gotta have. I don't know actors. I don't hang out in that scene. Actors.
Yeah.
Annoy me,
I was in Greece in high school.
Say, I gotta have a movie that I can do on.
Uh-oh, there we go.
And yeah, and then well, hey, I can find you a part. So basically, what I'm having to do is build the screenplay around whatever resources and whatever people I know. So that's the hardest part. It's taken 8 years. Who knows? It'll probably take 8 more. But I finally found somebody that can play the lead role, and but anyway, that's what I was saying. But yeah, so after I'm done with music, I'm going to move on to that. And that's why I was saying, like, how my original point was, where do they find these places to do these giant explosions? Who are they paying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
They're paying the city. Like, hey,
yeah, fuck the city. Why do they? When I'm not blowing up a government building, sometimes maybe. Or it's like that scene in Lethal Weapon 3 where the building implodes.
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
How the fuck did they do that?
That was some Unabomber stuff right there.
Yeah, I guess they got to time it with. Maybe they paid the city. No, that would be too much money. I mean, it was Lethal Weapon 3. Maybe they paid the city to say, this building's nice and everything,
but it'd look cooler if we blew it up.
It says when Jaden turned up his own gain, the other two. Huh.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1,
Oh,
2,
you
3,
know
4, 5.
you know
6,
what I bet
7.
it is?
What?
Yeah.
I bet that it's self-correcting the audio level.
Oh,
And so when one raises, it raises the other two. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know how to change that.
Well, before we go any further, further than we should, let's get this show on the road. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Endless Ranters. I'm Mole Man. I'm doing the intro today. Joining me is the OG, former host and founder, if you will, of this flagship podcast. This is Jaden. What up, Jaden?
Shit, chilling.
Robbie Spotlight over there, keeping hydrated, avoiding the piles of poop throughout the streets of San Francisco. How you doing, Robbie?
What up, homies? I'm excited. We got Jaden in the house.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, our trusty co-host D-Ron couldn't make it tonight, so we're flying without him. He'll be back next episode, though. So
I think they found that January 6th footage on Chris. So finally, think that they got him. They got him. So
shit, they caught him red-handed. That
yeah,
sucks.
they did. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that and explosive diarrhea is a thing.
That's right.
That's usually why he would miss.
Yeah, you're actually right. Yeah.
What the hell were we just saying?
Well, we're talking about how you're working on your movie script and you're perplexed by production companies that shut down giant portions of the city to blow it up and, have simulated firefights.
Yeah. So basically, making movies is like I was saying before. I'll just say it again. That's what I'm moving on to after music. I'm recording my next album, which is probably going to be my last one, at least for a long time, because there's only so much. There's only a certain amount of decent quality music in one person, especially when you're writing all the parts and all that stuff. It's gonna. I mean, even if it's numerous people, the more you make, the harder it gets to make good stuff. So music is just going to be something I'm going to kind of move past that, and I plan on getting into making movies. And so I know that it's really hard. And what started this was us talking about how those scenes where they're having shootouts in the daylight in the city, or the exploding barrels, and when you dive into the water, or demolitions of giant buildings. That stuff's really hard to coordinate.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, maybe in Lethal Weapon 3, the scene where the building blows up, maybe they paid the city to be like, yeah, this building's all right and everything. I feel like we could blow it up, though. You know what I mean? And then
think of the tourists that'll come here just to stare at the rubble.
Yeah, and they're like, you're saying you think they pay the city to do that?
Well, at least just
to have a shootout downtown or whatever.
Because I mean, they got to shut down the tape off certain intersections, all that shit. So it's just like, okay, I mean, you could film down here, but what about all the affected businesses and bus routes, etc.?
So I bet that you have to pay a bunch of different people. You got to pay businesses. You're gonna be like, okay, what is your what? Oh, and there's gonna be a lot of like overestimates too, or they're gonna say. You'd be like, what do you usually make on a Wednesday afternoon?
Exactly.
Like, I usually make $5 million fucking dollars.
Imagine. So what are you selling? Coke out of here?
Yeah. So, and so I feel like you got to have a lot of overhead.
Yeah.
But like making movies is like a very, very difficult thing, and that's kind of what intrigues me about it, is how many different things. Because there's audio, video, you got to do color correction, sound correction, mixing, mastering. You got to do the what do you call the sound effects? Foley, or is it?
Oh yeah, the Foley artists. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole thing too. What people don't realize, the only everything other, as far as I know, everything other than the dialogue is like post production.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, that's a whole thing, and they pay people to do this, and it's like, I'm going to be doing all of this shit. It's taken 8 years to work it out and write a script with a minimal cast.
Yeah.
Minimal concept, something that I can do, like, I'm not going to have to do the whole location scouting thing.
Right.
But I don't know. I've been talking about myself for too long.
No, no,
Well-
I find that fascinating. I think you mentioned former guest Luis and Shailene, who partly was on the show one time, and they've done some film work, and they're both attractive people. And Luis was actually an extra in the Matrix. What is it? Not Reloaded. The latest one.
Rebooted or whatever.
Yeah, rebooted or
Wait, the
rebooted.
newest one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he plays an extra, and he filmed those scenes in San Francisco. He actually crashed at my place. I don't know, a couple years ago, and it's like a cafe scene. So we
And I
can,
think it's like around minute 26, 27, somewhere around that mark. It's like, I recognize that fade. Is in the background.
Yeah. So yeah, we might have to interview Luis and see what he did as far as where was this cafe? What did they do? Did they close shop for a day? And like you said,
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
that would be cool. Monkey's uncle is asking what the synopsis is. I feel like this is, if there's any time to explain it, this is probably the time. But I thought about, we were talking about this before, I guess we started recording or whatever, but I thought about reaching out to Luis and Shailene, as because I know
Right.
they're a couple, they both act, and the part requires a couple. And instead of finding two different people and being like, "Hey, y'all can make out, right?" Which is not going to be a whole lot of making out on screen.
Yeah. Just, behind closed doors for your amusement.
Yeah,
Luis, can you get a hard on cue? Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah, he can. Come on.
Yeah.
Um,
I've seen it.
Prides
so
itself on that.
the synopsis is basically, I'm assuming he's asking me. I don't know. So it's about software on that you can download, software and hardware that you can get on the deep web that allows you to relive the past 3 months vividly as if it's the first time. So but you have to go to sleep and you got to get like an IV bag and all that stuff. And you basically lay down, you go to sleep for 3 days, and each day is like 30 days that you're reliving.
Whoa.
So basically the guy, his wife, maybe I shouldn't be saying, I don't know. It's good I get it on record. So
Yeah, it's on record. It's on film. You can sue them.
yeah. So basically the idea is that a guy, the beginning of it, the guy, actually, maybe I shouldn't give away the ending.
Oh, can I do this? How about this is like it sounds like a movie where you know how you're in the shower and you're like replaying that argument you had with your girlfriend or with someone in the street. Is that like that? Like instead of taking a shower, that'd be great. Like in the shower, I'm replaying a fight and like I should have said this, I should have done that.
Oh yeah.
Right. That my shower can be like the time machine, like the phone booth in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That'd be awesome. There you go. I just wrote a movie. Boom. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sure it's harder than that.
And the comeback. Oh yeah, imagine Chris Rock in the shower for the next fucking 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard one of the guys say. Sorry, I'm just looking at this guy. I'm trying to get to the story, Monkey's uncle. By the way, I wish I could call you a different name. I don't know your name. I don't know who that is, but this I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying. Oh yeah. I saw this comment and somebody goes, if Chris Rock would have said that if after Will Smith slapped him, as Will Smith was walking off the stage, if Chris Rock just went, man, if he's this mad in March, imagine how mad he gets in August. I was like, oh my God.
Oh.
The only way that you can win is to either kick his ass after he slaps you, or zing the fuck out of him. And then he probably would have wanted to fight. They probably would have thrown down. I feel like Chris Rock would have got his ass kicked, but you don't get bitch slapped on where I come from.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get bitch slapped in front of a room full of people or on national television. That's an unlikely scenario for a lot of people, but that doesn't happen and you just laugh it off. Like is he suing him or what? Do we know? Like,
all I know is right now he's not talking about the incident. He says that he wants to get paid first. So, I guess if someone wants to interview him or whatever, sure, I'd do that. Hey, pay me and I'll talk about it. Yeah, I guess.
Or maybe he'll make his next stand-up special, about that.
Yeah.
and do the
stand-up special is going to be called "Bitch Slapped."
Yeah, I just want to see him roast Jada even more next time. Like I want to see that. I think she's one of the most toxic people out there, so she deserves it. Obviously,
Is she a cunt or?
I want to say yeah. I feel like Will is has been manipulated. He's like this in Spanish. They call him mandilon, where it's like, when Jada gets home, she's like, all right, did you do the dishes? Did you wash the clothes? And he's like, yeah, yes, honey. Oh yeah, I got it. No problem. I did I did the laundry. And he's like this little puppy when it comes to her or whatever. He's traumatized. He's in an abused relationship. So yes, I think she is
If I was Will Smith, I would not take. I guess it's easy to say. I don't even where I'm at in my life, and romantically, which is basically nothing. I don't take shit. That's kind of why I'm single. Imagine if you were Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Handsome, tall guy, loaded. I mean, that must be some serious pussy. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man. I mean, I hope it is. I hope it's worth it for him, but I feel like he's one of those cuck types, he probably doesn't get any, maybe once a month or his birthday.
According to AJ Benza, he is.
Oh,
they would do some serious
okay.
cuckolding. What is it?
cuckolding.
Cuckolding. There you go.
Cuckolding.
Cuckolding. There you go.
Oh, okay.
The H is silent. Yeah.
Cuckolding.
Yeah. Well, I guess I've been pronouncing it wrong every time I pitch the idea to business.
Too late. Lady business.
Every
ladies.
funeral that I've ever been to, I try to
know your audience, man.
Where I try to fuck the wife of the.
You're like, I know you're grieving, but have you heard of the term cuckling?
Yeah, except in this case, your husband's gonna be watching from heaven. It didn't go well.
No.
No, but I forget. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm high.
Oh yeah, she's toxic. She's toxic. Jada's toxic, and you know who else is toxic is Amber Heard. She's another one.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
It's not worth it. She poops on beds. That's all I know.
Well, hold on here. Far be it from me to promote
allegedly
getting the bed.
Can't judge.
I feel like a chick that's gonna poop on your bed is also a chick that, first of all, she's not afraid of anal. I mean, that's just true. It's just true. We'll keep moving. There's not a whole lot that she's gonna say no to, I think. If you pooped on the bed, I mean,
yeah,
that's just an opportunity for us to come closer.
That's so fucking foul, man. It's just
yeah, she's literally toxic. Oh, we should probably mention that we're taking calls.
Oh yeah, what's the number? Let the masses know.
512-992-0090.
There you go. People call in. Shoot us your questions.
Yeah, I wanted to have it on the screen. I couldn't figure out how to take my other graphics off or whatever. But yeah, 512-992-0090. And hopefully I'll see the phone light up.
Call in.
Yeah, and we also figured out how to take calls through Zoom, like from your cell phone. So I don't know if y'all are going to be doing that in the future, but that would be cool too, if y'all wanted to. That's an option now, I think. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Maybe I've said too much. No.
Wait, give me the number again for the hot. It was 512.
Yeah, 992. 0090.
I'll type that into the chat so people can go ahead and
all done.
Yeah. Does Elon Musk own Twitter now, or is that?
There's, they got a few more details to iron out, but for the most part, transactions complete.
I hear it's like 6 months is when it's like official. I don't know if all the smarties on the chat can let us know, but from what I read, I think a tweet or an article is the Twitter employees. he said that they don't have to worry. They have 6 months. They don't have to worry for 6 months. They've got their job secure. Other than that, I think after 6 months, I don't know what's happening.
They're all getting sent to space. All the ones that talk shit.
Yeah, exactly.
there's a bunch of people like leaving. There's nothing more narcissistic than announcing your departure from Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like, I feel like anybody of any importance doesn't feel the need to do that. It's only the scrubs, right?
I ain't got time for this Twitter bullshit. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, Twitter confuses me. It gives me anxiety.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I feel like Twitter's more for celebrities.
Yeah, I can see that. Only elite people, the elites, are the ones roaming around using that shit.
Have you seen those on on the internet where the term like actually, where it's like, kind of, like nerdy loser actually? Well, that's Twitter. To me, it's like you'll tweet something and there's always someone that's going to say, well, actually, you're incorrect because da, da, da. Or actually, that's racist because. So I'm like, dude, I don't want to, I don't, it's not, I post on Twitter maybe once every 2 months.
Yeah.
Right now I'm on day 2 of, I don't know. I'm kind of mockingly, boycotting Twitter. So I've already
posted. So you're one of these narcissists.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't announce it. No, you didn't announce it. So that's good.
I did announce it, but I announced it yesterday, and then I announced it again today that I boycotted it. So I'm gonna boycott tomorrow again. So we'll,
you should, just keep announcing it. That's actually,
I did.
That's actually pretty funny. And just throw in there one day, just be like, you know what? I'm also moving to Canada.
Oh, dude,
I have already. Trump on. I'm moving to Canada.
You know what's funny? I've said it on Instagram and on Facebook, and people have tweeted and commented with bye, and I'm like, I'm kidding. But I'm like, dude, just I'm being sarcastic. But they actually
don't
believe
know
me.
You or
yeah. No, they don't know me. They don't know me.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they can, whatever. It's understandable, but they think I'm being serious. I've said I'm moving. If Elon Musk, owns Twitter, I'm moving to Canada, and they believe me.
Yeah. Yeah. How I wonder. I would like to know the actual percentage of people that said they were going to move to Canada, but obviously never did. Did one person? Just one. I know Matt Damon moved, but that was like some other shit. Like he got caught banging his mistress or something. I forget what it was. No, he got like Me Too'd, like, or something. Like he.
Let me go hit the old dusty trail.
He said something misogynistic or something, and then he's like,
"Oh yeah."
He started to get canceled, and he's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm moving to Australia because of Trump." It's like, no, you're moving because you've been, I guess, Hollywood ostracized.
Yeah.
Which is different than regular ostracization.
I think if anything, getting ostracized from Hollywood is not all that bad. If anything, it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, well, AJ Benze can tell y'all all about that. Y'all should get that guy on the show. That would be a guy to talk to. I bet he'd be down to do it. He's Ace Corolla, like tangent.
How are you guys getting along lately? Because you guys crashed a couple times, right?
Me and AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting along well. I paid him to promote TTR on his show. And I saw a huge bump in the numbers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
you got a lot of followers on your YouTube account.
Yeah, you know why that is?
Why is that?
Because I'm a fucking fraud. Sort of.
Are they what are
I'm
they?
Actually not a fraud, but I got it in a fraudulistic way. I don't know if we're allowed to watch this or if there's a way to watch this, but so okay, there's more parts to this story. I made a video a while back. I camped out in Houston during Hurricane Ike. Have I ever told y'all this story?
News to me.
Okay. I camped out in Houston during Hurricane Ike. Downtown Houston. So I used to work at, I guess I can say now, fuck them, Jason's Deli. I used to work at Jason's Deli downtown, like delivering food to businesses on foot.
All right.
and it was actually a pretty cool job. I made some money. It got me through animation school. So I they with Hurricane Ike was going to come through, and instead of staying at my house, I was living in this piece of shit apartment in Cypress Station in Houston, which was ironically an area where a bunch of refugee do you call them refugees from Hurricane Katrina? So a bunch of people from Katrina literally walked to Houston.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember that whole thing, but literally
Yeah.
people walked from fucking New Orleans to Houston. It's like a 6-hour drive. So I don't know. I mean, but I do remember people coming in droves to, all around that East Texas area. Cause it's, I don't know. I don't know. I guess they went in all different directions, but either way, there's a ton of people that got either walked from New Orleans or got shipped or whatever. I don't know how it worked. So I lived in a neighborhood that was full of people that had, basically come from New Orleans. Which that's not even part of the story, but it's an interesting part of the story because that same area that they live, there was another hurricane that was coming, and this was 2008, I think. And so yeah, just 3 years after you got displaced because of a hurricane, there's another hurricane coming, and the shitty apartments that I lived in, I knew that they were going to get flooded. So I was like, so what I did was I got all of my valuable, which I didn't have much at that point, hence the shitty apartment. I got everything of, whatever value and put it in my car. And then I put all of my furniture, like I stacked my furniture and stuff, like anything that would be on the ground. And then I was going to go camp out at Jason's Deli. Like I asked my managers, like, hey, can I come up here? And I'm like, and I did it under the guise of like, I'm going to defend the property, like strapped and shit,
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll keep the place safe from looters because half of the store was like floor to ceiling windows.
Mm.
That's not why I was doing it, but I mapped the whole thing out and like, figured out a way to be able to do it. And he's like, yeah. So he gave me the keys to the place. I wasn't even a manager. I was a fucking delivery guy. And then so what I did was I like I said, I put all my valuables in my car. I stacked all my furniture, and I actually, as I left, I've got silicone and like caulked the creases in my doors and windows.
Yeah.
And that actually ended up helping, but that's jumping ahead in the story. And because I figured it was so shitty, it was just going to get flooded. It was like in a floodplain and all this, and it did. My place was the only place that was fine, though. It's hilarious. It's not actually hilarious, but then I went and I camped out downtown, and I documented the whole thing on videotape. Shitty like digital video. You remember those little cassettes? I don't know, probably like that. I don't know. I did all that on digital video. Actually, I think it was 2007. I said 2008, but so I documented that whole thing, and I got a bunch of really cool footage of downtown, like like we were talking about earlier, like abandoned video shots of an abandoned downtown area. I actually got those. The shitty's too the film quality is too shitty to use for anything now because it was probably like 360p or whatever the fuck it was back then. 720 tops. And so I put that video on YouTube, and it ended up just over the years and it was every time a storm would hit. Every time there was like a hurricane or something, I would see just a jump in the numbers. So that was originally how I got most of my followers.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm only half fraudulent. Here's where the fraudulent part comes in. So there's a video taken by a guy named Clem Schultz. This was in like Illinois or something. I don't remember what year it was.
That was a tornado, right?
Yeah, it was a video. We talked about this before. Yeah. So there's a video. It's probably an F4 tornado coming directly at a guy. He just keeps filming. He's upstairs in his he's on the second story of his house looking out the window, and he literally watches the tornado. It just keeps coming, and then it hits. It is the most extreme tornado footage on the internet, period. Hands down, I think. Yeah, I don't know if you watched the video, but
yeah.
It's intense, especially if you watch it with headphones. Like once
And
that thing hits, I mean, it's slamming. It's
and
like
isn't his wife around there somewhere?
she
And
died. She
he
was
dies.
downstairs. I don't know why he was. I don't
Yeah,
know.
recording
That
while
sucks.
I would
Yeah,
have covered my wife, right? Like jump on top of your wife or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Or have sex one
we
last
haven't met
time.
his.
I don't know.
Yeah, we haven't met his wife though either.
Yeah, maybe she was
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
he obviously wanted to die. I mean, he was on the second story of his apartment, and he does not fucking budge until
Yeah.
the camera kind of goes dead. But and then so I found that video on the internet because I'm a sick fuck and I'm like I have this morbid.
Where were
Sure.
you? Live leak, Ogrish, Ebum's
I
World.
was a Live Leak guy. By the way, Live Leak's not around anymore. They need
I
to
know,
bring it back.
man.
Every once, just on a side note, try to bring me back in. On a side note, I have this thing that I would do to keep me grounded. I would go and I would seek out the most fucked up videos on Live Leak, and it would make me be more appreciative to be alive.
Mhm.
Now I know, and I'm talking like decapitations, like suicides, car crashes, gunshots, all that shit. Anything but watching dogs die. I don't do that. I don't watch animals die. That's that. But people can suck my dick, honestly. So I would do that from time to time. Just late at night, I would just be like, all right, let's get grounded. And I would look up terrible videos, and it would actually make me appreciate life more, and it would actually make me happier, just
Yeah.
because I'm not dealing with that. But either way, so I found this video of this tornado directly hitting somebody, and it had like 1,000 views. And so me kind of being a little bit tech savvy-ish, I knew that it was because the video wasn't tagged right. It wasn't labeled right.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. It had a watermark on and I left the watermark. There's still a watermark on the video that says at Clem Schultz or something like that, or filmed by Clem Schultz. I believe that was his name. And so what I did was basically stole the video and put it on my YouTube channel, labeled it or titled it correctly, "Direct Hit by a Tornado." That's what it should have been all along. It was one of those YouTube videos, like the content was great, but it was labeled weird or titled weird. And it was just like, oh, look, it's a tornado or something like that. It just didn't grab viewers. It wasn't tagged correctly. So all I did was take that, put it on my YouTube channel, titled it correctly, tagged it correctly, and even in the description, I put, are you looking it up right now? Is that why you're
Manny.
What?
Oh, is Manny looking it up?
Oh no,
No.
no.
Oh, was it
Rob.
me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I just saw you looking at something. I didn't know if you were looking it up, but I titled it correctly, I tagged it correctly,
Yeah.
and then it just blew up. People just blew up and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's still live. So
I've seen it a few times.
So I found the video. So I found like an article about. I put in the video description. It was like, this is not my property, or this is not my IP. Intellectual property. This is not my video. I didn't take this video, and I posted I put a link to the article. Still, people were hating. They're like, oh hey, yeah, stealing videos and all this. I'm like, all of this information is in the thing, like in the video description. People would be like, oh, was this you? How are you still alive? Because by this point, like people were seeing, like I would post TTR podcast clips, and then there would be people who would just be like, hey, I thought you died in a tornado. I'm like, it's literally in the video description. There's a watermark on the fucking video. It's not my video, Monkey's Uncle's saying 147. That can't be right. 147K views. That can't be right.
You're racking up the
Maybe
views, bro.
Houston, if you look up Hurricane Ike downtown Houston. Yeah, he just copy and pasted it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, a man films a tornado as it hits his home. I do not own this content. More info on the story behind this video. And then it has a link. So to me, that was the most extreme tornado footage, which is fascinating to me. And yeah, so that's, I think, where a lot of them came from.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
Hurricane Ike video got some people, and then that direct hit by a tornado video got a bunch of people. There was a couple other ones on there. A couple of them I did like some aerial footage of Austin. There was a couple on there. So I'm only half
Yeah.
fraud.
Yeah, you're a
I would
half.
say the bulk of them came from that.
You know who the real frauds? No, I feel you. And I understand what I've thought about the same thing because there's so many people that kind of take content on YouTube and post it on their channels. And I'm like I've said this before. I subscribe to YouTube, so I'll watch a whole bunch of different. So I'm very familiar with how it works. When you see those channels with like two guys sitting there watching like a comedy show with their arms crossed and literally they're just watching like Bill Burr do his stand-up and they just kind of laugh like and then maybe at the end of the video they'll maybe comment on it, but these guys have 100 200 300,000 followers. I'm like really like to me those are like real frauds. Yeah. So I feel you. Now I have a question for you, Jaden, regarding your channel. It's Time Travel Radio. Is that it?
It is. I'm going to change it though.
Okay.
Because I need to change the name because I haven't been doing Time Travel Radio, which by the way is available on all your favorite podcast apps. I haven't been doing it lately. That podcast takes so much fucking editing and work.
Yeah.
I just haven't been able to do. I've been working on music lately.
Yeah.
So
now, okay, on your YouTube channel, do you also do? Because I know you have a Grand Theft Auto podcast. Do you do like videos?
Yeah, I used to.
Okay.
There's so many fucking things that I do that I haven't followed through with. It's sort of sad. But yeah, the Grand Theft Auto podcast, which by the way, something really cool happened with that. And by the way, Monkey's Uncle, I can't put ads on there, I don't think. He's saying that the video has over 7 million views and he's like, put ads on there. I don't know how that whole thing works. I don't know that they'll let me. And plus, I don't want to profit off of a guy that his home got destroyed and his wife got rat fucked and died.
Yeah.
So just to answer that, but so the Grand Theft Auto podcast is at this point, right now, it's not that interesting. I don't know if y'all have ever heard it. I mean, it's basically dissolved to me reading Wikipedia pages about Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to keep it alive because me and my friend Jordan started it around the time that rumors of GTA 6 dropping, started to kind of, there was hearsay about maybe GTA 6. Now they confirmed it. It's
really okay.
Pretty good. Well, yeah, maybe a month or two ago, Rockstar confirmed that they were well into the production or like in mid production or whatever.
Because what Rockstar keeps on doing, right? It's they keep on doing the whole downloadable content, right? They keep on releasing extra like stories and side missions and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, they and
sort
it's sort of a problem. Like the way that I think, and I've talked about this on the podcast before, and there's been guests, and that's actually out of everything that I do, audio wise, that is by far the biggest reach, and that's sort of why I did it. I did it as a way to promote TTR. The people from Manscaped reached out to me and wanted to add. Which, by the way, why is Manscaped's on like everything? I feel like a hack. For promoting their product. By the way, my Manscaped shears, they just stopped working the other day.
Son of a bitch.
But I don't know how to be like, because they sent them to me for free, and their shirts are actually badass, their underwear's badass, but the main like kind of like flagship product that they have, it just fucking shit the bed the other day. But I don't want to be like, first, I don't want to say anything on the ad. They gave me ad reads and stuff, but I don't want to say anything about it there. But I don't know how to email the guy and be like, what's the warranty policy on something that you gave me for free that I didn't ask for?
Well, instead of phrasing it like that, just hit him up, be like, hey, bro, shit the bed on me. What can we do? Holla back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've sold 0 of these for you, probably. I don't know if because they never gave me any feedback. They never gave me any like feedback about what it actually sold. I'm sure it was none. I don't know. The ads I do are like pretty. I feel like I put a lot of effort into them. less as time went on, but still a little bit more. But either way, the GTA podcast, it was, first of all, there was no Grand Theft Auto podcast, so
Hmm.
that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I knew that if somebody made one, it would get just by proxy, like it would just, people would find it and it would just, you know, it would, it would be like a lot of people would want to hear it and would hear it.
Yeah.
Third, to promote TTR, because that's my shit. Even though I haven't done it in like 5 months, and then also because GTA 6 was sort of kind of on the horizon at that
Yeah.
time.
Hmm.
That was fucking 3 years ago. But since then, it's grown, and I've had people emailing me and like with ideas for the show, and people
Yeah.
that want to call in and stuff like that. And I'm gonna get around to it. But
Sure.
somebody from the BBC just contacted me, and
Damn,
they're
son.
doing a 25th anniversary. Is it 25 or 30? No, yeah, 25 years, because 97, right? 25.
Yeah.
They're doing a 25th anniversary like documentary. The BBC is doing a 25-year anniversary documentary about Grand Theft Auto, and one of their reps, like one of the guys that's leading the production or whatever, reached out to me, and he wants to have me do the TTR style. Well, he wants me to do other things. He wants to interview me. He wants to talk about the game, and I'll probably end up being in the documentary. But he wants me to do little segments of TTR, like as like stuff that pertains to the topic of whatever the documentary is, because TTR, I don't know if I ever told y'all this, that idea, a majority of that, people always think I'm trying to copy Phil Hendry. I'm not. I mean, it's similar, so I could see why they would say that, but really what it was because I love GTA Talk Radio.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's the best shit ever.
It's
But
goofy as fuck.
Remember Laszlo?
Yeah.
yeah, all that shit is great, and it's just like my original aim with TTR was to I wanted to emulate what they did on the GTA podcast, or on the on GTA Talk Radio. I wanted to do that with Time Travel Radio, but I wanted it to be more improvisational and a little more loose and realistic, which obviously it's not realistic. Nobody believes that these people actually exist. I don't know, but that was where I got the idea from, and I guess that guy he's a fan of the GTA podcast, and he's like, I've listened to all of them. He's like, but even more, I like TTR, and I want to work that in somehow. So it's starting, and they're gonna pay me, apparently.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Don't tell
Yeah.
him you don't have to pay me, but
Don't be a sucker, man. Pay you all the
take
money, man.
I don't know exactly what they want me to do. I probably shouldn't even be saying anything about it, but he said that he said, oh, Andrew's saying here. Yeah, I talked to Andrew about it. Yeah, Andrew's saying that he wanted to come on it, or him and his cousin wanted to. Yeah, we'll have you on. By we, I mean me.
The royal we.
Well, I have a guy, like, there was a guy that reached out to me that he was enjoying it, and he was very proactive and like vocal. So he kind of became a part of it. His name's Virgil, and so he's kind of been working with a super smart guy, like really fun, easy guy to talk to, and he contributes a lot to it. So it'd be cool to talk to Andrew McGee, and his cousin.
Mhm.
But anyway, that's yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I've never plugged the GTA pod. It doesn't need it,
Dude.
really.
Yeah. No, now since we're talking about GTA, we're kind of, I know we're turning this into like a Jaden interview, but it's been a while since.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's
I'm
been a while
fucking
since
high.
we haven't caught up with you in a while, so it's nice to talk to you.
And honestly, you've been doing a lot of the heavy lifting, so don't apologize.
Yeah. So okay, I have a question. So you're a GTA guy. Are you into any other Rockstar franchises? I used to play GTA all the time. With my friends online. We used to get in helicopters and just do crazy stuff. But another game that I love, and I don't know if they want to do a remaster or they're talking about a sequel, is, remember the Max Payne series?
Oh yeah, those were
Yep.
badass. Was that the one with the slow motion? Like,
The bullet time.
Bullet
that
time.
dope
Yep.
as fuck.
Yeah,
Didn't
Mark
they try to do a
Wahlberg.
Matrix game where they
Yeah,
did something similar?
yo, there was, which
Yeah.
this game did it better than the actual Matrix game, and of course Mark Wahlberg kind of messed that franchise as far as movie goes. The movie was not good.
Yeah, he looked nothing like Max Payne.
No, not at all. Just like he did not look like Sully from the Uncharted series in the movies, in the game, and stuff like that. So okay, so you don't play any other franchise. Now, what about as far as what is it? The league? What is it? The soccer
Oh,
car
Rocket League. Yeah,
Rocket
that's my
League.
new shit.
Yeah.
I've been
So
killing it on Rocket League. I'm actually all right. We just
yeah,
won
okay.
the season 6 tournament.
Yeah. Any you just play that? You don't do any podcasts or videos regarding that game?
No, but I will. Are
Yeah.
you pitching the idea? Because I've considered. The thing is, when it comes to video game podcasts, like I'm not a gamer, like
Hmm.
at all. Real well, I've been playing Rocket League a lot lately, and GTA is the greatest game to ever exist. But
Outside of
GTA
that, you don't follow anything else.
no, nothing. I cannot play other games. First person shooters are boring. RPGs are boring. It needs to be fast paced and it needs to be cutthroat. And I like sandbox or competitive games.
Hmm.
Football games are fucking shit.
Oh,
I know.
really?
Yes, football games.
Wait, are you also including NFL Blitz in that shit list?
No, that was the last good one. Or no, actually, the last good one. Okay, my all-time favorite sports game, period, is a game called Backbreaker.
Oh, that's right.
I've told
Yeah,
Robbie about this, or maybe I told you. I can't remember.
yeah.
But
You also told me about this. I remember.
yeah, so Backbreaker is a it's the football game of the future, but it didn't get the sort of notoriety that I feel like it deserved. And what it was the same physics engine that GTA uses, which is called Euphoria. It's like Ragdoll. It's intelligent Ragdoll physics. So
Okay.
Ragdoll physics is like you fall and your limbs, like it actually calculates the physics of the way your sort of like organic movement would react with the environment, with the collision geometry. Which, for anybody that doesn't know, video games, they have the geometry that you see, and then there's what they call collision geometry, that is the physical mass of whatever it is. So basically, you have the visible geometry that's all high poly and rounded and super. I don't know, just really looks really good. But then you have collision geometry that you can't see that is low poly, and so that's why you ever see, like in a football game, when they stick their hand. I don't know. I was trying to do this. When they stick their hand right here, and
Oh, and it goes through or whatever.
yeah, and the ball either tips it when it doesn't touch,
Yeah.
or goes through it and it doesn't. Um, that's collision geometry. So, for example, you would have a high poly hand, but all the geometry in between the fingers is not. That's all. If something were to hit right here, the collision geometry is low poly, so all of that visible geometry is not necessarily where the ball or whatever is going to react with, because there's visible geometry that's higher poly, and then there's low poly geometry that you can't see, and that's the collision geometry. What this game did was, not only did they have better collision geometry, they figured out a way to have it to where John Elway football. That was a great game too. Somebody, I don't know who that is. Family of three. Um, they figured out a way to have the ragdoll physics but intelligent, which means that, like, instead of the body just flopping down and not reacting with its environment, like it would actually try to reach its arm out to break a fall, or try to twist to try to land correctly, like stuff like that. I forget what that. I forget what they. I forget what the software was, because there was two software. There's the Euphoria, that's the physics engine, and then there's another software that they joined up with, and I don't know. So that was the last great football game. What I'm saying is that Madden in particular is shit. It's been it's regurgitated shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What they have called canned animations, and so you blend animations. There's actually no physics. It just says, oh, this is the running animation, this is the tackle animation, and we'll give you a few different. We'll give
models
you
or skins or
we'll
whatever.
give you a few different keyframes to work with. It's sort of like when Joe Rogan does the audio commentary for the UFC game.
Yeah.
We'll be like, okay, well, we'll record these different things for you to say, and then we'll place them and randomize them. But it comes out like super shitty, and eventually, it's sort of like if that was actually like organic and more realistic. So the game's called Backbreaker. It came out in 2010. It was only on the PlayStation 3. It was supposed to take, and it was supposed to revolutionize the game, not just football, but like all of the gaming industries. I guess basketball and stuff like that is not as physics oriented. I mean, it sort of is, I guess. I don't know. I guess the ball itself. But as far as bodies colliding and stuff like that, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Backbreaker.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on PS4? Wait.
It says PS4 right there. Maybe it was
Re-released.
re-released on PS4.
Oh, God, I hope so. I'm so glad you showed me that, because that was the most fucking fun game to play ever. Oh, my God. That's amazing if they did that. The reason it was so funny is because, like, so I have this unique sort of take on it. I guess you would call it unique, because I used to play football, but I also went to school for video game creation and animation. So I'm this weird position where when those two worlds sort of like meet, like that's my fucking lane. I actually dressed up in a. I don't know if I've ever told anybody this story. Not
okay.
So basically, I there's a there's an EA Sports division in Austin. I basically dressed up in a suit one time and tried to pretend that I was some sort of representative of 505 Games, which is the company that made Backbreaker. And I tried to walk in and basically I tried to basically, like that movie Inception, sort of implant the idea of using real-time physics in Madden. Problem was, I was wearing like a cheap suit that my mom got me from like some thrift shop, and I looked like an asshole. I tried to basically dress up like a CEO. Shittiest suit ever. I don't know why I did that. This is when I lived in Cedar Park. I tried to pretend to be a fucking CEO. I even made shitty business cards because I was on a budget.
Oh my God.
I made business cards. I'm like, yeah, I'm so. I made up some completely fucking made up name, and I don't know why I just said made up twice. It's redundant.
Hey, could the Beast story in your movie be about this?
I mean, it would be a really short movie because I basically went in there, got exposed.
No, the B plot, like the side story in your,
Oh yeah, well, there's really not much to it. I went to, well, because there's also, I think Zunga, is it Zunga Games? Zumba Games? Zunga?
Not sure.
There's one of those. I tried something similar there because they were somehow involved. I forget. This was like 2014, maybe 2013, somewhere around there. This is when I lived in Cedar Park. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I don't know why I've camped out in downtown Houston for fucking 14 nights. I don't know why I do half the shit I do. I'm kind of I went there, got.
It just shows how you're adventurous.
I ever told Richie. I don't even know if I ever told Richie about it. I was so fucking embarrassed. I went there. The plan immediately fucking nosedive, and but I tried to dress in. If you saw if you saw the suit that I wore,
is there any photographic evidence?
Shoulder pads. I think I walked in there with fucking shoulder. It's fucking embarrassing. But yeah, I tried to pitch the idea of incorporating real-time physics into Madden. And by the way, this EA Sports, I found this out later. The EA Sports location that I went to, I don't even think that they do anything with Madden. Like it was like it was like a what do you call it? Like an office like situation, like they do the payroll.
Oh, you know what?
I went in there with a fucking suit and tried to pitch it. I'm like, hey, yo. And they're like, if you're such a CEO, why don't you know that like you're not at the right place?
You know what you just reminded me of when first time I went to New York, 2001, October. I still am, but I was a major Wu-Tang fan. And I went to Staten Island by myself. I was there for work, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to Staten Island. And I heard that Wu-Tang had a barber shop. And I'm looking, nothing. And then someone said, well, they have some offices down the street. So I went upstairs. I actually knocked on the door. I was like, I'm looking for like the Wu-Tang offices. And then they were like, oh yeah, we're the firm that handles their finances. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what's up. Okay, cool, right on. Thank you. And then, and then like a couple minutes later, I took the ferry back to Manhattan. I'm like, okay, that's it. I just went to the Wu-Tang financial offices where they're lawyers and finance.
Hey man, diversify your bonds.
Yeah, exactly. Diversify your bonds. But you know what you did? I was just remembering, speaking of EA, one of my favorite video games back in the day, it was one of the developers out did for games for EA. Remember EA Big? One of their games was you remember SSX and SSX?
I never played it.
Oh, it was fun. I thought it was fun. I was never real. I've gone snowboarding once as a youth, but you could do all these tricks and flip the board, and all the animation was cool, and it was a racing game at the same time, and it was fun. And it was from the same people that did them NBA street games. It was fun.
Those were good.
Yeah, it was fun. So SSX Tricky and SSX, I hope they kind of make a new game. It was SSX stood for like Snowboarding Extreme or something. I don't know, but EA
around
Big.
the time that that snowboard, or maybe they still make snowboarding games. I don't know, but there used to be one. Was it called 1080?
I think it was 1080
Air or something like that.
Yeah.
That game was dope as fuck. See, and this is what I'm saying. Like games like that could really benefit from the real time physics technology on that they incorporated with Backbreaker. Backbreaker was supposed to be this hugely revolutionary thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they did, what the problem with that is that EA has had a monopolized exclusive contract with the NFL, so they're the only ones that can use the logos and stuff like that.
Sure, and the names, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. So here's what Backbreaker did. It was so super fucking clever. So they used different names. It was like the whatever Phoenix Sharks or whatever, it was all this and bullshit. But what they did was they gave you exactly 32 slots to create custom teams, and they gave you Photoshop-esque like capabilities to create the logos and the colors, and you can name the teams whatever you want. So inevitably it was basically a loophole to where people could create all of the NFL teams and then share the file. And so then whenever you're playing somebody online, it would be the San Francisco 49ers versus the Houston Texans. And the logos would be perfect. Somebody went out and figured all that out. So it's just funny how everything about that game was super clever. The player models were a little bit weird. I'm sure that was a technical thing. They didn't look like NFL football players. They had like these weird builds and stuff. Richie was saying I think I made Richie play this one time when he came to my house. But I guess I never told him this story. Like I said, it's embarrassing. I don't know why.
We've all done embarrassing things. Hey, I have a quick question. So, are you in the Austin area?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I think I might have sent this in the chat lately. I've been watching. Are you familiar with Kill Tony? The show,
the comedy.
Yeah.
I want to go to one of the. I know the place that they do it at. I think it's Vulcan Gas Company.
Oh shoot, I think it is. I think they've changed maybe locations maybe once or twice, but dude. If I was in the area, I'd definitely check it out. I think they do it on Mondays. And then they also have like open mics, so you can write your name and actually go up there. Tony Hinchcliffe will probably make fun of you if you're up there and you do bad, but it looks like fun.
Yeah, I like Tony Hinchcliffe. I actually found this comedian. I would recommend checking him out. His name is Casey Rocket,
Okay.
Casey Rocket.
Casey
um,
Rock. Okay.
we went and saw this guy. We went. So I went to go to a st- I think I told you about this too. I went to this was like I don't know if it was mid COVID. It was maybe towards the I don't know. Are we still in COVID? I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
never
I don't
fully
know.
bought it anyway, but I went to go to a Steve-O show. I bought these tickets. I went to go to a Steve-O show, and we get there, and I was with my super lib ex girlfriend, who was all vaccinated and fucking sanitized and all that
Oh
shit.
yeah.
And we get there, and they're like, "All right, where's your vaccine card?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It was at the Paramount Theater. So we, long story short, we didn't get into the Steve-O show that I paid a couple $100 for the fucking tickets, maybe like
Yeah.
300 total, and they didn't let us in. And so I was like, fuck this. So we just walked down the street and we went to Vulcan Gas Company, and
Ah,
it was
okay.
just like a normal comedy night or whatever. So they had like
Hmm.
5 or 6 acts. And we saw this guy, Casey Rocket. It's a tiny little club. There was not really that many people there. It definitely wasn't full. This motherfucker got a standing ovation. Like
Hmm.
the whole time he was up there, we were dying laughing. Me and the chick,
Yeah,
super
yeah.
liberal chick that I used to date, she was even laughing. And it's just a very unique style of comedy. It's a little short guy with a Jufro, but I hadn't laughed that hard in quite some time.
Yeah, I just looked him up right now. Okay, so I'll give him a follow.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Okay.
But I recommend seeing his show. I think everything. I don't think that he's scripted. I don't
Hmm.
think that he has an act. I think he just goes off the top. But we, I was laughing my balls off. But that place right there, I believe, is where they do Kill Tony, and I think that's where Joe Rogan works out a lot of his stuff. And he actually just bought a club. I don't think he said where it's at.
Yeah, I think Joe Rogan's been talking about right doing having a comedy club, right?
I
Yeah, but
think
he's
that
been
he did.
tight-lipped about details. But yeah,
Yeah, he did. Well, he was gonna buy one. It was called the One World Theater, and it's over off Bee Caves Road. I know exactly where it's at. If you saw this place, it's not. It's not. It does not look like a comedy club at all.
Mm.
It looks like a Scientology church or
Oh
something.
wow.
But there
he's
was
building a
something really.
cult.
Yeah, he's already built a cult as far as I'm
Oh,
concerned.
for
But he
sure.
Full
I've been trying to
headquarters
get.
of
I
that's
want
what
to
I
get
mean.
on the Joe Rogan show eventually.
Yeah.
It's one of my bucket list items. But I know the club that they were looking at. I've driven past there like a million times. I've actually been inside of it because it used to not be a club. It used to be some sort of office. Maybe I went there for something. But he something to do with the structure or something. Like the deal ended up falling through. So now I believe he's bought a place and they're fixing it up. But he hasn't said anything as far as I know. He hasn't said where it's at or anything. So he's been working
Hmm.
out at the Vulcan Gas Company. Which, by the way, how much are they shitting their pants? Because once Joe Rogan finishes his place,
Yeah.
him and everybody else in his circle is gonna go bye bye, and
Yeah, for
they're
sure.
just gonna work out at his club, and they're gonna probably not sell as many tickets. But somebody I just recently got into, and I feel like I'm a little bit behind. I feel like one of y'all might have told me about him. Tim Dillon,
Oh, yeah. Tim, he's
funniest
funny.
fucking guy alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He
He is.
just yeah. Yeah, Richie was saying One World Theater. It's in a great location. He said he performed there once. I don't know what it used to be. I guess maybe it's a club now. I don't know. Joe Rogan was gonna buy it, but it ended up falling through or whatever. But yeah, Tim
Mhm.
Dillon is one of the smartest and quickest
Yeah.
comedians that
Oh,
I've
he's super
ever
quick.
heard.
He's super quick. He's one of those where he's not afraid to get canceled because he'll say whatever whenever.
Yeah, well, he's gay. He's a
Yeah,
fat gay
yeah,
guy,
yeah, exactly.
so he gets away with a lot. And he just recently got booted from
Airbnb or something like that. Did you
yeah
hear
the
about that?
Airbnb thing. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, and he's still going off on it.
Yeah.
And he Yeah, I don't know. So definitely check out Tim Dillon. Check out Casey Rocket. Check out Backbreaker, Rocket League, GTA Podcast, Time Travel Radio, the YouTube channel. forgot. Time. I guess it's time travel radio. I'm gonna change that out. But anyway, can we not talk about me anymore? I don't know.
Yeah, actually,
I'm high. I'm just rambling.
This would be a good place for Robbie to give out all the plugs since you already gave out yours. Robbie, go for it, man.
All right, guys. All right. Well, for those who want to follow us on social media, you guys can check us out on Instagram. We are the Endless Ranters Podcast at Endless Ranter Podcast on Instagram. If you want to check us out on Twitter, just hit us up at Endless Ranters. It's at Endless Ranters. Feel free to join our Facebook group. Just search the Endless Ranters Podcast. There might be a couple questions. Don't worry, it's going to be pretty easy, and we'll let you in. We share memes and funny stuff, and we chat throughout the week. If you have any questions, hit us up. Also, you're watching us right now, listening to us right now on YouTube. Just check us out at Endless Ranters and follow us. If you have not done so, follow us. Click like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. For those who want to check out Manny, producer, check him out at Instagram and Twitter, How We Figure. Also search his podcast, How We Figure. And our boy Chris, he can't make it today. Like I said, he must have been indicted on January 6th or something. I don't know. You can check him out.
Miss you, D-Rone.
Well, yeah, we miss you, D-Rone. He's working on his drones right now. Check him out at Grateful Red 1, at Grateful Red the number 1 on Twitter, and hit him up. If you have not done so, just follow him. If you want to check me out, I'm like all over Instagram at RobbieSpotlight.com or at Robbie Spotlight on Instagram and all the social media, basically Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all that stuff, Robbie Spotlight. And again, Jaden, if you have not done so, hit him up on Instagram. He's at Curious FM Music, which is Curious_FM_music. And check him out currently on YouTube, Time Travel Radio, but he'll soon be changing the name. But for the moment, Time Travel Radio. But again, like I said, on Instagram, Curious_FM_music. If you want to check out, Jaden's videos, he does music. You'll see some of his songs that he'll post, and check him out.
Hell yeah!
Awesome.
Are we rapping or what are we doing?
We're rapping.
Chilling. Oh,
we're gonna chill.
Okay.
Yeah, we're rapping, but we'll chill afterwards for some more time. Just to kick it, shoot the shit.
Oh yeah. Sorry for rambling. I'm like I said, I hit my vape.
Oh no!
Before we went live.
It's all right. You did most of the heavy lifting. So if anything, we gotta shout out your vape and thank it for assisting throughout this episode. We'll be back next week on our scheduled night and time, Wednesday night. And we'll hopefully be seeing all of you here. Shout out to Kwana. Shout out to all the people on YouTube watching along with us. This is Mole Man saying, get it on.
Shout out to Kylie and everybody watching. This is Robbie. Get it on.
Get it on.
Yeah. And for Chris, get it on.
Or not.
Cool. So we're done recording, but we're still streaming. So yeah. Hey, something that I wanted to mention early on when you were talking about your movie, your script. How come there hasn't been a female porn star by the name Overhead by now?
Is there not?
No, man.
I thought of one. What was it? I had a good name, a good porn star name. God damn it, I can't think of it.
I had one.
Yeah. Sigourney Beaver.
That's a good one.
Or Sigourney Wiener. I couldn't figure out which one to go with.
I mean, you can use both. Why not? Matching his and her porn names.
Well, I think one of them actually does exist. I forget which one it was, but I had a porn star on TTR. And a fake porn star. It was really just me with a high, doing a high pitched voice. But
surprise.
Yeah, and then I named her. I forget which one I did. I think it was Sigourney Beaver. But wait, so we were recording, but now
we're done with the episode, but we're just doing the post episode, shooting the shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we are recording on YouTube still, right?
Yeah, we're still live streaming on YouTube, but the audio portion's done. I stopped that.
Yeah, it's good. I should have done that the other day. We did the Unimpressive podcast, and there's a ton of editing to do, and I'm just dreading it. I know you know how that is. It's just like
Yeah, man.
you gotta trim that shit. You gotta end it at some point, and I feel like you did I feel like you did the right thing to just keep it nice and tight. So now you know that there is an ending point. See, I never did that. Or I didn't this last time. I don't know. Unimpressive is really loose. That's sort of the reason I wanted to do it because it's like
Hmm.
I put no effort into it. I do zero prep. It's just we just shoot the shit. Plus, it's nice to have callers.
Hey,
Yeah, it is.
since we're on unimpressive, one thing that I personally am unimpressed by, and I know we should have done this during the episode, but whatever, do it now, is that stupid liquid death canned water.
God, it's terrible. Terrible.
And I hate
I only drink Primo water. I tried that Liquid Death thinking that like that was part of my trial. Like I was trying out all different kinds of water and somebody told me about Liquid Death. I was like, okay, the cans are kind of ugly. They look very affliction-y.
they're very stupid. That's the other thing too that I hate about it. It's just like the most dumb looking graphics.
It goes under that. It's under the it's one of those things that you would if I explained it to you, you would be like, that will never work.
And
But
yet here we are.
yeah. If you drink Liquid Death, you're retarded.
It's like you got to be convinced that it's just like, yeah, be an alpha male, hydrate yourself. It's like, come on, dude.
What is there? Isn't it?
Murder your thirst. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, Monkey's uncle, I drink Primo water. Okay, go try it before you call me a douche. Primo water, it tastes better. So I've been on this probably 15-year mission to oh, did you try Primo water?
That's a commitment right there.
Oh, I thought well, either way, yeah, I went on a 15-year mission because not all water tastes the same. I'm sorry for people out there that think it does.
Yeah.
Like you're not living your best life. But it's I don't know exactly what it is that they do to make their water taste so good. The filtration process is pretty meticulous and extensive and all this stuff, but I think they add minerals to it where it gives it that crisp taste. Now, I think I have this theory. I don't even know if I've talked about it I don't know what I've said on air anymore at this point. But, by the way, I like your mic stand. I want to talk about that.
All right.
So I found this water and I theorized that the reason that I like this water is because I've developed, once again, this is a half-baked theory, but when I was little, I don't know, I guess my parents didn't take care of me, but for some reason, all my teeth in the back got rotted, and so I had those aluminum caps.
Holy shit.
Like my all top and bottom on both sides, I had aluminum caps when I was little, and I think it was aluminum.
I hear those kids are the worst.
What?
With the aluminum caps, they're like the baddest kids out there. It's like the bad kids.
I wasn't a great kid, but I was too young at that point to have done too much wrong.
Okay. So you were an innocent Jaden back in the day.
Well, let's not go that far, but I wasn't, I didn't deserve to have a mouthful of metal, but I think my theory is, once again, a half-baked theory is that I developed a keen taste for metal. And I just it was to the point where it was fucking weird. Like he's saying it's not aluminum, silver amalgam. Yeah, aluminum I guess would like rust or whatever, oxidize, whatever. Yeah, I developed this keen taste for metal, I think. And every time, so since I was little, because those were my baby teeth. Once those fell out, obviously I don't have caps anymore. Never had a cavity. I do my own dentist work. And anytime like in my adult life, somebody would give me like a bottled water and it would have high metal content, whether it was iron or whatever. I would like seriously go out. I would be like, I will buy this case of water for fucking $20 right now. It's not a mineral deficiency. I get plenty of minerals. It was a taste thing, or maybe it is. I don't know. This guy sounds smart. Do we know who Monkey's uncle is?
No, probably a nerd.
I'll be a Monkey's uncle. Get it?
Nerd.
No, I don't think he's saying that he thinks it's a mineral deficiency. I don't think that's what it is. I don't know, but I've always enjoyed the taste of metal, like that metallic taste in water, and so that's why I thought I was gonna like canned water, with with the liquid death or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna like that, and there's nothing to what isn't it like glacier water or something?
It's just regular
no,
water from all I know.
Well, no, I thought they got it from like a mountaintop and fucking
That's what they all say.
yeah.
Mount
Well, see,
Everest.
Primo doesn't try to do that. Primo actually used to be. I did a whole deep dive.
Uh-huh.
The biggest Primo water proponent of all time, maybe. They used to be glacier water. You remember glacier water? It'd be those not vending machines, but like, it would be like a water dispensing machine.
Yeah.
You go and you can fill up your jug or whatever.
Yeah.
That's how I came across it because I was at Walgreens one day, and I think my girlfriend ran into Walgreens, and I was sitting out in the car, and there was this chick out here filling these things full of this water, and I was like, why is she gonna go out of her way to go fill up water jugs? Like that just seems like a waste of time. So I tried it and never looked back since. I've tried a couple other waters since just to make sure that it's love.
Right.
And it's just I've never found anything. Primo water is the best tasting water, hands down, to me. And even better than that, it's cheap because you buy it in bulk. They don't sell it bottled. Like they only sell it in a big jug. So I obviously at this point I've told Robbie about this before. I think I even sent him pictures of it. I have the big nice water dispensing machine.
Yeah.
And so and I drink water out of glass because I think it tastes better.
Yeah, I agree. I do the same. Glass, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like for example, I went to brunch earlier with my best friend and his girlfriend, and they came. It's this place called First Watch. I don't know if y'all have them where you're at.
No. Did either of you wear a flannel button-up shirt?
A little bit back in high school.
Yeah.
No, to brunch.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
Not me.
Think about what I'm actually wearing, but they give you water. I don't know what psychologically this is, but when they bring you water in a glass bottle,
Yeah.
it's like this water's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's probably just tap water for them, but
Oh, for sure.
so drinking better tasting water out of glass only is my new shit, and I highly recommend it for anybody. I've sent him, I've sent Robbie pictures and maybe even videos of me filling water glasses, but it heats the water too. So when I make coffee, like I don't use coffee makers anymore unless I'm trying to make more coffee. Now what I do is I get the French press, I take it over there, put the hot water in, press it. Oh man, it's so good.
I wish I could enjoy coffee just so I could go through the whole French press routine. That shit looks all like it looks cool. It looks cool, but I don't fuck with coffee.
So you don't drink alcohol and you don't drink coffee.
I was actually drinking the other night. I went out and I got a bottle of tequila and I made myself a little drink.
Really?
I just don't drink often. Like aside from, this cocktail I had the other night, the last time I drank was in Mexico at the at the end of March. So I could go months without it. It's fine.
I was shit faced in somebody's attic at 3:00 this morning. That's the last time I drank.
Oh, man.
My friends.
Why in an attic?
I'm not even exaggerating. My same guy that I went to brunch with this morning, like him.
Alcoholic raccoon.
Yeah, he's my best friend. It was Dylan. You talked to Dylan. Robbie talked to Dylan, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the first caller
Yeah.
the other night. Him and his girlfriend, their AC has been going out.
Oh, okay.
And this fucking retard, he's oh yeah, Dylan was there. Richie met Dylan. Dylan was there the night we recorded drums for my next song, which it's weird having a song that we recorded 3 years ago that still hasn't come out. Like 2 or 3 years ago, seriously.
Hey man, you can't rush greatness.
Yeah, and his AC has been not. It'll work and then it won't work. And what we figured out, well, I figured out, I was like, when was the last time you changed the filter? And he's like, what? I was like, you fucking dumbass. Like, and so we go in there and we look at his we look at his filter, and it's not only is it unrecognizably dirty, it was backwards. So it doesn't even, because you know how it has the little arrow for you to. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and I just looked at his girlfriend. I was like, you're fucking this guy. Like, you know what I mean? And so we changed out the filter, but basically it was the drain pan was filling up. And like, I'm not like HVAC certified, but I do know that your drip pan has a sensor on it to where it gets, when it fills up to a certain point, your AC shuts off. Because what'll happen if you have a dirty filter, if you have a dirty filter, the air intake doesn't match the output or whatever, so the coils will freeze up and then it'll shut off. Or actually it won't shut off. Those I don't know that it shuts off when it freezes. I think it starts to shut off as the freezing melts. I don't know. We'll see if Monkey Uncle, he seems to know a lot. See if he knows anything about HVAC, but the problem is that it's when the drip pan fills up, it hits that sensor and then it turns the whole system off. So we were up there basically draining it. Like I brought my shop vac over and my ladder and all kinds of shit. And so at 3 a.m, we were taking shots and draining, and we've done that like 2 or 3 times.
Wow.
Now. And so that's what drinking. Because if I didn't drink, I would like fucking own the world.
Yeah.
Well, I'm slowly working on owning the world, so don't worry. More on that to come.
Yeah, well, what we ended up figuring out for Monkey's uncle. By the way, can you get? Yeah, Monkey's uncle. Can we give Can I have a name? Just so I don't have to keep calling you Monkey's uncle. Can you give me a just give me? We'll call you Roy. That's a Die Hard reference, by the way. I'm just gonna start calling him Roy.
All right, John McClane.
Short for Roy Rogers.
Yeah.
Unless you suggest anything else, I'm just gonna start calling him Roy. By the way, so y'all don't know who that is?
No,
we don't.
That's
they probably obviously they know who we are. Who knows if we hung out with them in the past. I don't know.
Imagine if they didn't know, they just always tune in. It's like, well, I
Yeah.
get this notification. I might as well watch the stream.
Yeah.
I have no emotional investment.
That's what happened with Unimpressive the other night. There was people tuning in that I have no fucking idea who that is, and there was like I think I have like 10 or 11,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Who know nothing about the Unimpressive podcast because it's not the name, and they see different clips.
Yeah.
So like, who knows even why they were tuning in.
I'm sure they're just like, what the fuck's going on here? I thought this was something else.
Same thing happens with Instagram. I'll get like random follows and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, and then I'll follow you. Why not? Awesome.
Let's follow each other.
Funny memes. Why not?
Yeah, well, I always get the chicks. It'll be like a smoking hot chick, and she'll be like, "Hey," and I'm like, First of all, this is how I know this is not real, because no chick that looks like you, will ever slide up in the DMs that looks like me. So you'd already gave yourself away. So I just start responding back. I'm just like, "Show me your titties, bitch."
Yeah, you know what?
No, it's not a real account, so I can respect you as much as I want.
I've actually done the same thing, believe it or not, and I'll ask these random questions, and then usually it's like one of those, can I see Bob's account, or the guys from India that they want to get your credit card information.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm so glad that I've never fallen for one of those. As far as I know, I was just telling somebody the other night, I'm not positive that I've never been blown by a tranny. I mean, if you
you're
think
not
like that,
positive that you wait?
I
Huh?
mean, I'm not like there's. I know that sounds. What I'm saying is there's very convincing trannies out there, and there has been people that have sucked my dick where I didn't see their genitals.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
You
gotcha,
see what I'm
gotcha.
saying? So I can't 100% say that I've.
Well, wait, were you in a situation where there was a lot of trans people around you, unaware to your knowledge,
Yeah, I
or?
used to gamble pool at a gay bar.
Oh, okay.
And they used to do
Oh.
like drag shows. I never told y'all about this. There
I
was
know that you used to gamble pool, but I didn't know where.
at a gay bar, yeah. Well, it was. Here's what happened. It was.
Was
It's
it because there wasn't that many people using the pool table? You're like, fuck it, I'll take advantage of this empty table, or?
no. Well, it wasn't a lot. A lot of times, it wasn't even the gay people that I was playing with. It was they. It was a dive bar, and I think I've even taken Richie there. It's called Detour. I. I but yeah, I know it sounds. It was a dive bar. It was across the street from this area in Austin called the Domain. It was, and I lived there. It was across the street, and this was like walking distance. But it was a dive bar with a couple pool tables. I started gambling pool there. They bought the unit next door and sort of
Merged.
like merged them and like knocked down the wall. So they opened up this bar next to it called Deviate. DV8. Kind
It's
of a cool name. And that was a gay bar, but they ended up just kind of the clientele just kind of mixed and mingled, and so the whole play it just turned in it ended up turning into a whole, just giant place. And then there was a bunch of trannies and gay people that would go there, and there were a lot of
Gotcha.
them are cool as fuck. They're all extra, um, like very extra.
Hmm.
But yeah, I have a lot of gay and tranny friends, but I'm saying I started, and we would continue to gamble pool because they added more pool tables, and then they would have tournaments and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So that's what I was. I don't even remember why I was.
So wait, were you propositioned by any of these people
Yeah.
to receive head?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, but this wasn't those anybody. The stories that I'm talking about,
Right.
I never hooked up. I never had anybody from there that I can think of. Nobody from there sucked my dick.
Gotcha.
Like the stories that I'm saying that could be in question were they happened before or after that.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
so, but what I'm saying is there's very convincing trend. Anybody that's spent any amount of time on Tinder or anything like that, there's some pretty convincing ones out there. I've considered getting my dick sucked by a tranny before.
Mm.
A very attractive tranny. I'm like,
yeah.
what's the difference? See, I don't do anal. Maybe I've said too much, but I don't do anal because doing anal is one step closer than being okay with sticking your dick in another guy's ass. Whether it's shaved or not, I mean, that's a whole, You see what I'm saying? I mean, technically a gay guy can suck your dick too, but you don't have this. Here's what I'm saying is a butthole is a butthole. Is a butthole. When you're banging a chick in the ass, what is the difference between it being a guy's ass?
It's not a guy that you're currently banging.
I understand that, but if it was in a glory
So are
hole,
you just saying any point in the storm then, essentially?
I'm saying I like vagina, and when the vagina's broken, then I might consider because I've had my ex used to beg me to do anal.
And
She
you
would
never
just
obliged?
not no, I don't think so.
Or why not just compromise? Be like, I'll get you a butt plug and I'll still get my fill too. There, we all win.
I mean, I feel like we compromised somewhat, but my ex, my last serious ex, she was like very reserved and very shy and very straight edge, but she loved anal, which is weird. Like you wouldn't, like she just didn't care. It's like she wanted fucking anal, and I was just like, I can't do that for you. I'm sorry, I'm just not into it.
Hmm.
I mean,
Interesting.
that's what I'm saying. If you can if you can have if you can do a guy if you can stick it in a butthole, what does it matter what it is? Because all you're looking at is an ass. See, I like vagina. I like to see the front. I like to see the body.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Are we going too long or what are we doing?
No, but I think this would be a good time to end call it a night. Let everyone know that we'll be back next week, and hope they enjoy the post show cool down, the post show chit chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I miss you guys.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, likewise.
Shit,
Fun.
doors always open to come through and shoot the shit, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm always down to get high and ramble.
Hell yeah, dude. All right. Well, y'all take care.
Yes,
Catch on
sir.
the flip side.
Hell yeah.